A memory is a powerful thing, and mine just reminded me how much I loved crispy, sticky, sweet, lemon chicken, old school Chinese way, and that's what we're making. You know, sometimes the fusion style of foods, Chinese food for example, is a great thing. But sometimes you want to go back a little bit. Back to when you were first having Chinese food. Lemon chicken, it's crispy, it's delicate, it's crunchy. We're gonna add some spice to it. This is just gonna make it better. So it'll be spicy a little bit, it'll be sweet a little bit, it'll be crispy, it'll be crunchy, it'll be sticky, it'll be amazing. And it goes together pretty quick actually, so you go from nothing to that in, I say, less than 30 minutes. Let's not waste any time. Plus the background is, it's too bright back there, sorry. We have to shoot early for something that I gotta go do, and the background is blown out, and these two are losing their shit over it. They don't like it. They've closed the thing or whatever to make it better, but it could be terrible. So just know they're working on your behalf to shield your eyes from the brightness back there. And I said I wasn't gonna talk long to minimize how much of that you had to see. And yet I've continued to talk longer than most of these opens. So I'll stop now and let's get cooking. Do you know this? You can't break an egg like that?
No way.
You can't.
Come on.
No, that's so tricky, Chance. I'll smash an egg in your hand.
Okay, got it.
You'll just fall right into it.
Okay, come on, let's do it. You want to do it on camera?
Guess what? We're rolling. That was on camera.
Okay,
Perfectly natural.
So here, look, forget that scar.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
They say if you take an egg like this in your hand and apply pressure that way, look.
Wow, I wonder if I did that, it would do the same thing.
I'm pushing. Do you not see the color
You're not
changing?
tricking us.
I'm not tricking. Come do
No,
it.
you're not. You're a good actor.
Chance, get down here.
You're a wonderful actor.
Look it up. I'm telling you. I'm old enough to be both of your fathers combined. Somebody get over here and do this.
No, I'm
Come
not.
on.
I want to do it for
No.
the show, but I'm not.
Listen,
no,
listen.
you're
If
just
you put your
punking me.
fingertips in, it will break if you use the flat. I
don't
tell you what,
believe it.
if you do it like I'm
don't
doing
believe
it
it.
and it breaks, I'll give you $5.
I don't believe it.
$10.
Not worth it.
$20.
Goodbye.
$20.
No, thank you.
$100.
Good night.
Your chance.
No shot.
Nobody will do this.
You're punking us.
I'm
Just
not punking you.
Move on. Move it on.
The people want to know. Okay, come here. This, do you see how this goes in? Right? It's like a medium rare steak, okay? Now this one, right? It doesn't. Come here. Just do it. Don't be a baby. Do you see what I'm doing this way? You're using more tip, but it's not breaking. See?
Oh my God. What?
Now they're trying to get me.
No, that would be
Chance,
that would
get in
be
there.
genius
Dude,
if we
that's
had this.
bizarre.
That would be genius if we had it figured out so deep.
He's not lying.
I'm not lying. Here,
That's weird.
I cannot be punked.
That's
get a
weird.
camera on him.
Oh, Chance, do it.
Get a
I'm not
camera on
lying.
him.
Chancey.
Even Max was bending
No.
his fingers.
Yeah,
Keep your
Chancey.
fingers flat.
No.
Flat like that.
like that.
More flat. You don't want to use. Yes,
No,
and just go.
Go, trust me. Squeeze, Chancey.
No way.
No,
I
do it.
can't.
I'm telling
You're
you.
right.
Dude.
He's doing it.
I'm telling you.
Oh my God.
Right?
Oh my God. Yeah. That was a lot of pressure.
I
Actually.
know. I told you. I was like,
See,
I
look it.
couldn't believe
Do it again.
I thought he had us.
I'm kind of shocked.
I know. All right, now we do need to move on though.
Okay.
So give him the
So here's what we're gonna do. We just want to cut long pieces like this, and then into bites. Simple. Repeat with the other one.
That is some weird f***ing physics of an egg. I do not get that.
Beautiful. This now goes into our bowl. I wash my hand on the counter, and we continue. We give it a couple things. 2 tablespoons of soy, and I happen to be using dark soy. I don't know why I just grabbed it. A tablespoon of Shaoxing Chinese cooking wine, and if you don't have this, Max, what can you use?
Red wine vinegar? I don't know.
No.
What? Vermouth.
But
Grand
sorry,
Marnier.
not vermouth, cooking sherry.
Not vermouth. Cooking sherry.
Not sweet
Not
sherry
sweet
though.
sherry though.
And an egg, remember? But here, watch. If I watch the fingertip.
Still can't.
No. Okay, good.
I think an egg might be the strongest thing in the known universe.
Right. Some physics guy would be able to explain why it's. What's the shape of an egg? An obelisk?
An egg.
What is it?
Egg shape.
Okay, so enough. Just mix. Mix this. Totally nice. Totally nice. And by the way, Shaoxing is becoming a lot more popular at Western supermarkets. And if you can't find it there and you want to get it, go to an Asian market that you should be going to anyways because their stuff is fantastic. And you're missing out on a lot of cool stuff. All right, we make a sauce. And the sauce will look like this. 1/2 cup of chicken broth or stock. Nobody really knows the difference. No, I say that. I think stock is made with bones and then broth is made with meat or the other way around. Whatever it is, don't sue me.
What about bone broth?
I don't know. Let's stop. Now more soy, another couple tablespoons. 3 tablespoons of hot honey. You could use regular. babies. So good. Now we want the juice of 2 lemons, but we want the zest of 1 of them. So zest first, because zesting when it's cut after is difficult. Okay, we're good with this. Now the juice. Perfect. I clean this up and we prep our veggies. And our veggies consist of these guys. Start with a couple cloves of garlic. You know, I'm a fan of the squeezed garlic. Huge fan. But in this case, I want actual little bits of garlic. So the only way to get actual little bits is to actually cut up some cloves. But I don't want that little butt part. I don't know what to call it. The root end.
We hate the butt.
That'd be in the butt, Bob.
Did you say that would be in the butt, Bob?
Yeah,
I don't know that reference.
You guys don't know that reference?
Do you know that, Jen?
I don't think it's true. I think it's an old wives' tale. There was a show called The Newlywed Game, and it started with 4 couples, and they'd all be there in pairs, sitting beside each other. They'd get introduced, and then they'd send the women off, and the husbands would be there with big white pieces of cardboard, and the host, Bob Eubanks, would ask them questions, and he'd say, "Gentlemen, what would your wife say is your most annoying habit?" Right? And they'd have to write it down.
Oh my God.
And then
Favorite place to have
wait,
sex?
and then the women would come back and they'd read the responses, and the wife would go, "No, that's not right." So, the strangest place you ever had sex was a question one day. And the wife's answer was, "That'd be in the butt, Bob." But I don't think that actually happened. I think it was just a wives' tale. What do they call those things? An urban legend, yeah. Go look it up.
I would love to see that footage.
The Newlywed Game, that'd be in the butt, Bob. All right, let's continue. Okay, so if you flatten, they'll cut easier. So you just want these just nicely chopped. Little bits, right? Little bits. All right, garlic, done. Now some ginger. We want about, I don't know, a good teaspoon of ginger. So you know what we do, cut the sides off. So thin little strips, and then like this. About the same as the garlic. Just about a teaspoon is fine. This can go with the garlic. And last but not least will be this beautiful Holland pepper. And you have a choice. Seeds or no seeds, boys? What do you want?
Seeds, spicy.
Excellent. So 1 long cut this way, and then we'll just go like this. Same, and so when you got your little planks like this, little bites. You're not trying to inundate somebody with a giant Holland pepper. And look, they're really not that hot. Though I had a piece of one the other day, and I was pleasantly surprised at the heat, but they're not terrible. So if you got them in little bits like this, you know everything's gonna be fine. Okay, this is done. The chicken is rested. We're now ready to coat and getting close to frying. Here's how this goes down. These are 2 trays. This is cornstarch. You just gotta be careful with cornstarch. It is so light. It just gets in everything. We do this. Now here's our chicken, and we'll let the pieces drain a little bit. And we'll drop them in. I think I can get most of them in here. Oh, put them all in. What the heck? Come on. Put them all in, shall we? And then we just got to coat them well. And when they're in, we use our gloved hands to coat them like this. Well, see what I mean? It just flies all over the place. If you didn't have cornstarch, you could use flour. You could use half cornstarch, half flour. I like these crispy, and I think cornstarch, as does potato starch, gives a really beautiful crispiness. So you can give them a little squeeze, like we were doing to the egg. You want this stuff to stick and coat. And then try to knock off the excess cornstarch. Put them on another sheet. Continue till you're done, and then we're almost ready for frying. And because we don't want to bring down the temp of our oil, I'll do this in 2 batches. So carefully in we go. My oil is living somewhere around 360 degrees. A little bit more, no big deal. A little bit less, no big deal. So if you don't have enough oil to go over the top of these, you know, you got to make sure you turn them. It should be obvious what we're looking for. We're looking for crispy, golden brown. And yes, they gained color as soon as they went in, and that's the soy sauce coming out, or rather showing up. But these little crispy golden nuggets of deliciousness are going to make you very happy. And then when they get dunked in their gorgeous lemon sauce bath that we'll use the sauce for, but thicken up with a little cornstarch, life gets even better. All right, these guys have been in about 3 minutes and looking great. I'm going to take them out. Once the other batch is done, everybody's going back in for 1 final minute to give them an extra crisping. But look how pretty they look. These guys are good. Next batch goes in, and they go. We're gonna give these guys 3 minutes. Then the other guys will go in. Everybody will have 1 minute together. Out they come. We start our sauce. All right, 3 minute mark for the second batch. Now the first batch goes in. Everybody gets 1 more minute together. I'm not worried about driving down the temp at this point because they're already cooked. The goal is just this extra crispness that we also desire. And the chicken deserves. Right, 45 seconds, we pull them. And here we are, so let's get them out on the paper towel. Oh, I can hear them falling like little rocks. Oh, it's gonna be great. And to think I used to be scared to deep fry until Max bullied me into it. All right, these guys are done. Pan's now emptied. We take this guy off. We put this one on the heat. And as soon as it's warm, we start. Here's how this goes down. Pan's on its way to being nice and warm. A little gentle squeeze of neutral oil right when the oil's ready to smoke. We're there. In go these vegetables that we cut up earlier. Garlic, ginger, Holland pepper. That's what you want to hear. This is not going to get very long. We certainly don't want to burn anything. We just want it super fragrant. So it's been 10 seconds. Tell you, it's probably another 15 and we're there. Boy, is this going to look pretty. One more little stir. Remember our sauce? In she goes. This will bubble. We'll give this about 2 minutes. Come on, baby. Bubble. Superb. So this gets a simmer, a little bubble. Everything's come together. And when it's nice like that, in goes a couple tablespoons of cornstarch mixed with a couple tablespoons of water. And what's this gonna do, Chance?
Thicken.
Thicken, yes. And right away. This only needs about a minute or so to get glorious. Oh, the smell. You can smell the lemon coming out right now. And as soon as it gets glorious and nicely thick, you know, that's how you can tell. You drag your spatula across, and if it doesn't fill in, it's like the Dead Sea. Red Sea. Red Sea? Red Sea. It's like the Red Sea and it parts, it's thick. Give it another 30 seconds, and it's go time. You can hear it, crispy. And you want them extra crispy because if they're weak and floppy here, the sauce is not gonna help them. Now you can kill the heat and just toss. Son of a lemon chicken. You smell that, Max?
So lemony.
He's right here on my shoulder. Potentially annoying me, but I'll go with it. Okay, guys, let's plate. Like this. Steamed rice, my fave. And then the chicken. Okay, it's gorgeous. Fine, I had a bite just now. It's freaking tremendous. Super lemony. Just a tiny bit of heat to this from the Holland pepper and the little bit of hot honey that's in here. But nothing that anybody's gonna taste and go, that's too hot, I can't do that. And we finish with just a couple things. Just a little green onion and a little bit more Holland pepper. Come on, do this nicely for me. And last but not least, a few seeds. Toasted sesame seeds. Of course, why would they not be toasted? They wouldn't just be blonde sesame seeds because those don't have any flavor. They need to be toasted. And now we taste because look how gorgeous it is. But I'm not eating from that pile. That beautiful setup is Max's for his picture. For those that have wondered when we take the picture now. Sometimes, depending on what it is, I'll have a bite. Then he takes the picture. Not today. Today, I do this from the pan. Then he takes the picture. Enough. Tender. You know, it's the right amount of lemon because honestly, sometimes I think it's too much lemon. It overwhelms. There's no overwhelming, there is no inundating. It's just beautifully balanced. You know, this would be the good time to do. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't. Just shows that you care. Obviously, we care. Do you know how much work goes into this? Well, I know, it didn't look like a lot, but the boys now will edit it. How long? Average video.
I feel like 12 hours a piece or 10
12
hours a piece almost.
That's a lot of editing.
Depending on how long.
Well, I could stand here and eat all day, but the boys have to get in on this. So thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for showing up here and staying to the end. Lemon chicken, old school.